Retirement to a foreign country. Chapter 1. A Retirement Abroad Guide. Retire to a foreign country. Some older people want comfort and stability, to be in one place, have cable TV and the internet, to have a supermarket less than a mile away, and you're all set for comfort. If you watch Vigilante.tv, Jeff Barrick, or Dollar Vigilante is a Canadian guy who lives in Acapulco and tells people it's freer, cheaper and warmer than there. I met an older Canadian expat in Puerto Vallarta. He said he was lonely. I thought here he is in paradise. What are you complaining about? You're living a better life than 99% of the human race. Get over yourself, buddy, and move. The biggest dating website for older people right now is Our Time. I saw a retired guy with a YouTube channel talking about his new expat life in the Philippines. He gets there and he's walking around for about 2 weeks filming himself, then all of a sudden he's shacked up with some local girl with 3 kids. He's an instant father. He's about 70. She's about 25. He wasn't rich. He was on a pension, but it was enough to live well in the Philippines with a new family and a young woman. You can look at international real estate and rental websites like point2homes.com, Craigslist.org, Airbnb.com. If you're interested in Mexico information, you could check out my Latin America book or go to number 917.20-29 at the library. If you're an older person with a regular income, not even a lot, just about $2,000 US a month, many countries will let you in on some kind of retirement immigration visa. Central American countries are pretty good now. They don't have massive outward violence. Most Western people have no idea of how cool and relaxed some places are, like Kata Beach, Phuket, Thailand, or Jaco, Costa Rica. It's another world. Cambodia and Vietnam are wide open now, relatively free of government bureaucracy, they're cheap, they love English-speaking people. Some countries do not have retirement visas. Countries that do require proof of a monthly income of about $2,400. Mexico doesn't care about a lump sum. They want to see a monthly income, so you might have to buy an annuity. You could try volunteering somewhere so you're in a structured environment with people who know you while you're exploring a new place. If you don't do it right, the immigration people will kick you out. They don't care. They're just following rules. There's a cancelled TV show called Border Security. The customs officials of some countries are out to screw people. That's their job, to screw people for minor, frivolous things. There was a French guy living in Australia, working there under the table. He had a car and a bunch of stuff. He figured he would take a trip to Thailand, then go back to Australia and get a tourist visa. They stopped him. He pleaded with them. He said his life was there. He didn't care about France anymore. Then he asked if they would let him in to sell his car and pick up his stuff. No way. They deported him right away. In many places, you can't open a bank account without a resident visa. There are a few cheap or free international ATMs, but for the most part, you need a bank account to live elsewhere. It's best to figure out all these things before you go. The retirement section at the library, number 646.79-80, might have a book or two about places to retire, but beyond that, there isn't that much out there specifically about actually living abroad. If you're interested in going to school in a foreign country, refer to my education book. This could be the ticket to immigrating to a country you're interested in. If you want to learn about the social and physical geography of the world, either refer to my travel book or go to number 910 to number 919 at the library. In the Dewey Decimal System, the geography section is as follows: 910 General Geography, 911 Historical Geography, 912 Atlases, Maps, etc. 913 Geography of Ancient World, 914 Geography of Modern Europe, 915 Geography of Modern Asia, 916 Geography of Modern Africa, 917 Geography of North America, 918 Geography of South America. 919 Geography of the rest of the world, Australia, Oceania, Antarctica. In the Library of Congress system, the Geography section is as follows. G. Geography, Anthropology, Recreation. GB. Physical Geography. GV. Recreation, Leisure. In Search of Paradise. A true beach bum wants warmth and water. That's it. You can get booze, drugs, and sex anywhere. The greatest life is eternal warm weather that's not too hot, with the ability to swim in warm water, unlike Lake Atitlan where the water cools off, or the American South Pacific coast where the Humboldt Current keeps the water cool. Go to seatemperature.org to see water temperature everywhere. I checked monthly temperature averages for many places. From Los Angeles all the way down to Cabo San Lucas, the water and the air cool off a lot during the winter months. A warm place is the greatest way to meet people, to simply be out and about in a warm place. Life is lonely enough anyway, since we all live alone in our own heads. Most people rarely go out anyway, but in a cold place, this goes up even higher. If you have a lot of money, you can live anywhere. Even in the most expensive places, you can still find the deals on rent and home ownership by constantly looking. I would say the most expensive places right now for an American or Canadian are Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and Tulum, Mexico, but you can find deals there. Panama is rich. They don't need new people. Coronado is a beach town for wealthy people. Costa Rica is developing industries. They don't want new people, much like fat, old Americans and Canadians. Guatemala has a temperate lake at elevation called Lake Atitlan. Nicaragua has a big lake called Lake Nicaragua with a city on it called Granada, and they have a nice little beach bum town called San Juan del Sur full of expats plus others, but if you watch videos of Granada on YouTube and read reviews at TripAdvisor, you realize there is poverty there for petty crime. Lake Chapala is for old people. It's not very swimmable because it's shallow and polluted. Besides the warmth, I want the English language. It is spoken in a number of expat hotspots all over. My overall advice is to pick a few spots, then go to the following 2 websites looking for a good real estate deal. point2homes.com/countries. Craigslist.org, go to CL World, click your country, then go to real estate. Sometimes people want out because they get bored, die, or for health reasons. I've seen furnished houses for sale. They call it a turnkey house. You simply move in. Everything is there. Quite often an expat dies, has a stroke or something, then they move back to their home country and try to sell the house. The reason some houses don't sell fast is that not many people got the money on hand and people are fussy. If it's not an overpriced house in a gated development, people are scared. Another thing people don't realize is straight heat. Living in a place where it's still 70 degrees Fahrenheit at midnight can get to you after a while. People go nuts living in places where it's hot all the time. I've been checking Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Puerto Morelos out on the Yucatan coast. They're all overpriced, but there are deals there. I watched a house on Craigslist drop from $75,000 to $60,000 in a few months. It was a good deal at $75,000. Cancun is good because it's big, about 750,000 population. San Miguel, Cozumel, which is a 30-mile-long island in Mexico, has cheap real estate and rentals. No one goes to Puerto Vallarta much now. It's still beautiful. It's the best deal anywhere because it's overbuilt. Mazatlan is great, 12 miles of beach. Check out the budget hotels anywhere you want to go. There are lots of vacation and long-term rental websites. It's no sweat to email a hotel and ask for a monthly deal. There are plenty of vacation rental websites, but you'll get your best deals above. All hotels in resort areas are overpriced. Every beach bum resort area has the same crap: the snorkeling, the boat ride, the souvenir shops, the restaurants, the booze, the zipline, the kite parading, the jet skis for rent or ride on back, bike rentals, the dance bars, yoga class, etc. But for a pure beach bum, this is all secondary crap. Enlightened people know it's all about the swimming, the sun, nature, walking, hiking and running, biking, nighttime swims, the real pure stuff, not the garbage stuff. I don't travel 2,000 miles to sample the food. Food is the same everywhere. Simply go to a place that was hot stuff in the past that's now overbuilt. I couldn't find much on Acapulco. I think it's a cruise hotspot stopover and that's it. Roads in every southern country are much skinnier than our roads. I dread riding my bike on these roads. Most have no shoulder. Everything costs like cargo. If you want to move your stuff by air cargo, it's expensive. It goes by weight and volume. Everything has to be packaged. You could drive by car or truck with a trailer attached with all your stuff all the way to South America, but some countries charge custom fees for importing certain things on a retirement visa. Shed most things and buy what you need at your new place. Panama has the best retirement visa. Problems in foreign countries. If you go on YouTube, you'll see cautionary tales about expats moving to foreign countries. The biggest one is probably theft. People will steal anything any way they can, which includes hiring someone from anything from a lawyer handling your affairs to the local handyman. You might never fit into the local culture unless you marry a local. You might not speak the language. People don't realize it's always hot, which is no problem for me because I want to swim all the time, but it's hard for the average non-swimmer. People get bored. You can't get things done right away. If you got a problem like an electricity outage, the power company or electrician might not show up for 4 days, which is normal for them. Some foreigners are condescending and evil against gringos. Never leave your house unlocked. Hide your valuables within your house. You might not be able to find the drugs and medical treatment you need. If you live in a city like Puerto Vallarta, you can go to Walmart or get your computer fixed. If you live in Jaco, you might have to go to San Jose to buy computer parts, hardware parts, etc. Fruits and vegetables are cheap everywhere, but some things that are cheap here might be expensive there, like pop, chips, chocolate, etc. People get a lonely feeling like the Adon Fit, but they don't realize everywhere is the same. We're all loners wherever we are. My hometown of Halifax, Canada is as impersonal as ever. You're not supposed to talk to people you don't know. I stand in the Walmart checkout line anywhere and it's always the same, a bunch of strangers keeping to themselves. Be strong. Live your life. Do what you want. You will always be a loner. If your friends and relatives want to stay safe and live through these cold winters, why should you if you don't have to? It doesn't get any better than warm weather every day. Chapter 2. A Canadian Expatriate Guide / Canadian moving to another country. Leaving Canada. If you decide to leave Canada, you have to determine if it's as a snowbird for part of the year during the cold winter months or permanently. If you keep a home in Canada and live here more than 6 months a year, you're considered a resident, so you're still taxed on your income. Even if you live in Canada less than 6 months a year but keep your ties, like own a house here, have a bank account, driver's license, etc., the CCRA can decide that you're still a resident and tax you. On the bright side, you get an old age pension check from the federal government and relatively free medical care, so it could be worth it if you don't have many assets, but if you're taxed heavily, it might be better to move away. An easy way, though technically illegal, is to maintain your residence in Canada but transfer the bulk of your wealth in the form of investments out of the country. If you leave the country to take up residency abroad, legally old age security / OAS pension is cut off after 6 months, but if you have a friend or relative who lives here, simply use their address, pay them $30 a month to mail you your check, and what they don't know won't hurt them. If you didn't live in Canada for at least 20 years after the age of 18, even though you're a Canadian citizen, you could be cut off from getting the old age pension. The Canadian Pension Plan / CPP is different. You paid into it through the company you worked for, so you're entitled to it no matter what, regardless of where you move. If you plan to leave permanently, the CCRA wants a piece of you, so you are legally required to include all your securities on your final tax return, with the idea that you've sold them and they're now taxable income, capital gains, even if you didn't actually sell them. This concept is called deemed disposition. Canadian real estate, commercial real estate and pensions are exempt from this rule. If you stay a resident of Canada while living abroad, your RRSP stays the same and you, theoretically, continue to pay income taxes. If you decide to leave permanently, there's a 25% withholding penalty for closing your RRSP or making withdrawals from it after you leave. An RRIF or annuity has a 15% penalty. Pensions, interest payments on investments, dividends from stocks, etc. have a 25% withholding penalty as well. Canada and other countries have tax treaties, so if you decide to live elsewhere like the United States and apply for permanent residency status there, their IRS may want a piece of your money too. It all gets convoluted, beyond the scope of this book. Either talk to an immigration lawyer or a money expert on it. Check with the country you plan to move to and start the paperwork to achieve residency status. You generally need proof of medical well-being, proof of enough money to live without having to work, and no harsh criminal record. In some countries, you're not allowed to work a job, only invest your money in a business and prove either by showing a regular pension or annuity check or a statement for a lump sum of money that you are financially independent. It's generally cheaper to live in any warm climate than it is in Canada. Currency fluctuations between world currencies could affect the value of your money somewhat when you convert. Canada-USA.com, Floridabound.com, Snowbird.ca, Canadians living elsewhere / Canadian expat, CanadianResidentAbroad.com, expat.ca, Grassmic.com / equalize.htm, taxes for Canadians working in the U.S., kpmg.ca / tax, snowbird.kpmg.ca, snowbird.ca, tax.ey.ca. Chapter 3. A Retire Abroad Resource Guide. YouTube videos for beach bums. 2 TV shows tried to capture the beach bum lifestyle. You can find some of their episodes on youtube.com. Bikinis and boardwalks. Brooke Burke Wild on E! There are some travel shows on the Outdoor Network. Departments of State for some countries to find immigration info. The Departments of State in the major Anglo-Saxon countries all have good information about most of the countries in the world. dfa.gov.za, Foreign Affairs South Africa. dfat.gov.au, Australian Government. dfait-maeci.gc.ca /travel report /menu-e, Canadian Government Travel Advisories. fco.gov.uk /travel, 020-70080232/3, United Kingdom Travel Advisories. irl.gov.ie /ivac, Irish Department of Foreign Affairs. mft.government.nz /travel/index, New Zealand Ministry of Foreign Affairs. travel.state.gov, United States. tsa.gov, tsa.dot.gov, tsatraveltips.us, Travel Security Administration. voyage.gc.ca, Canada. Ship a bike or sports equipment. To ship a bike, you need to get a bike box, either a used one from a bicycle shop for free. Buy a cardboard bicycle box. Buy a hard plastic box like professional athletes and avid bike riders do. You need a tool to either take the handlebars off or turn them so that they fit into the box. Airlines will let you ship, often as one piece of your regular baggage, 2 free pieces, but with a surcharge because it's a bike, or you go to airline cargo with the bike all boxed up and ship it separately. Most places have a rule about the package not going above 60 pounds or a certain length, otherwise you will pay a lot more than the standard charge. At shipbikes.com, click on Pay for Shipping and enter your shipping and billing information. They send you instructions and a shipping label by computer that you print and put on your box. Federal Express ships bikes. To find drop-off locations like FedEx Kinko stores, call 800-GO-FedEx, 800-463-3339 or call for a pickup from your house. You can send the bike to a place or pick it up at the nearest FedEx office where they can hold it free for up to 5 days. Most bike shipping boxes are 60 by 45 by 8. Take off the stem and turn it sideways. Take off the front tire and put it beside the bike for extra padding. Some places want you to take the pedals off. Some local bike shops package and ship bikes. Buy insurance because the bike could get bent during transit, then it's a write-off. They don't care. If you show up with a box that's not tightly packaged with lots of tape, they won't ship it. They have rules they have to follow. It has to be all boxed up. Call your airline. They don't like emails. You have to call shipbikes.com, 877-323-4083. aircaddy.com, buy boxes. ehow.com/fax_5042372_much-cost-ship-bicycle.html. dhl.com. Chapter 4. A cheap travel guide. Most cheap places for rent in poor countries are not online. If you go to any big city in Latin America, there might be a local ads website full of rentals. There might be a free or cheap newspaper with free ads in it like the Recycler back home. Your best bet is to rent a temporary place for a week or month, then simply walk around looking for signs on homes offering places for rent. You call them on the phone or knock on the door. That's how you find the cheapest places, from the people who don't use the internet much. Anybody on the internet is catering to Westerners. They almost have a conspiratorial lowball rental fee regardless of where you look as on Craigslist or Airbnb, but in reality, there are cheaper rents out there. They're just not online. You have to go there first, stay in a hostel or a cheap room somewhere, then look for a better place that's cheaper. Travel on the cheap. Go to a few airline companies, cheapair.com, onetravel.com, and lastminute.com to compare flight prices. Try vago.com. Stay in hostels and hotels owned by locals. Try hostelworld.com. Buy groceries in street markets, not supermarkets. Get your meals in the streets, not restaurants. Know what you want and do it. Don't fall for tourist crap. For me, it's simply warm weather, swimming, biking and stuff like that. I don't need to see any museum, cathedral, etc. Best air booking websites: onetravel.com, lastminute.com, flights.webjet.com.au, flightcenter.com.au, skyscanner.com.au, flights.com. Best long-term rental websites. Look up the budget hotels in any city. Sometimes a tourist website or tripadvisor.com lists them. Send them an email asking if they have monthly rentals. Some of the small ma and pa hotels offer really good deals for monthly rentals. hotelscombined.com, whatif.com, booking.com, agoda.com, agoda.com/n-o, couchsurfing.org, hostelworld.com, craigslist.org, airbnb.com, point2homes.com, find rentals through the real estate companies. couchsurfing.com, hotelscombined.com, look for 30 days then send them an email asking if they rent monthly. extendedstay.com, United States, longlettings.com, sublet.com, homeaway.com, flipkey.com, airbnb.com, craigslist.org, couchsurfing.com, forliasebaeowner.com, metroroommates.com, rentvacationhome.com, apartments-sales.com, useuber.com, it's cheaper than taxis. Uber is now in about 60 countries. It's cheaper than taxis. You don't have to pay cash. It's all done online. Cheap home/apartment rentals. Craigslist.org, go to CL World, then find housing and look through several categories. Airbnb.com. Couchsurfing.com, if you're sociable, you can stay at someone's house for a few days for free. TripAdvisor.com/rentals. For real estate, try Craigslist.org. Point2homes.com. Chapter 5. Fees for World Banking, Hiding Money. Avoid international banking ATM fees and other money travel tips. Avoid international banking fees by getting a bank account at a bank that charges nothing for foreign ATM transactions, like Charles Schwab Investor Checking Account for U.S. residents. Schwab will refund all of your ATM fees, even those charged by other banks worldwide, but only if the particular ATM itemizes and separates the charge. Set up free online transfers with other banks too. HSBC Checking Account, an international bank with ATMs all over the world. They charge a fee for using another bank's ATM. Don't keep all your money in one account in case someone decides to steal it. Have your main account, then another travel checking account that you use for travel without much money in it, so that if your debit card is stolen, you're still okay. Transfer money between your main account and travel account, or do it through PayPal. Put your money out of your savings account into PayPal, then from PayPal to your travel account. If you have good credit, get a travel rewards credit card. Type that term into a search engine. Hide extra cash hidden on your body, not in a pouch on your belt. I saw a guy rip one off a guy who thought he was safe because he walked around with his money pouch strapped on like a belt. People will commit violence if they think it's worth quick cash. Hide cash by cutting a secret place into your luggage lining. Consider carrying 2 wallets, one with a few bucks, the rest with most of your cash. There are expensive clothes for sale with hidden pockets, but it's cheaper to find a local seamstress online and get them to sew a secret pocket into your clothing. If you put cash in your underwear, beware that it does not fall out. Credit cards have the best exchange rate. ATM machines give good exchange rates. Currency exchange booths at airports or bus terminals are expensive. Use an ATM. xe.com. currencyapp.com. Currency converters. Use your own computer to make money transactions. Bring a modem cord, but you will probably end up using Wi-Fi. In an internet cafe, they have machines called keyloggers that record everything. Call your bank before you travel and tell them to block any suspicious withdrawals. When you pay by credit card, if the card goes out of your sight, they could be scheming details in the back room with a skimmer. It's best to use cash on vacation in a foreign land. A PayPal debit card gives you instant ATM access to my account. Capital One, owned by Ing Bank, has no foreign transaction fees. Amex has good security features and replacements for stolen cards. Travelmore.co/how-avoid-ATM-fees-when-traveling. TravelingKing.com. Hiding money on your person. Many people have seen the 1988 movie Midnight Run, where at the end, after all his troubles, Robert De Niro decides to let his bail jumper go, and the guy returns the favor by pulling off what looks like an ordinary belt filled with oodles of money. This is the way to go: hide your money in your belt. Make your own out of any slim, innocuous-looking belt you own, just enough room to hide a few big bills. That's all you need. I've heard stories that street muggers overseas who target tourists routinely make them take their shoes and socks off because this is the most common place to hide money. Those cool-looking little pouches you can buy that look like a belt with a little pouch on the front that you strap on, and they supposedly keep your stuff safe because it's right there in front of you where a pickpocket can't get to it, are crap as far as I'm concerned. Snatch and grabbers are common. It's like making yourself a target, putting this pouch on the front of you. On the TV show Pilot Guides on the Outdoor Network, they actually filmed the host getting robbed. It was so quick that nobody did anything about it. He was in a crowd of people at some festival on the Solomon Islands wearing one of those pouches. Somebody grabbed it, and that was the end of that tune. It had his passport in it too. I've seen money folders on the market that you strap on under your shirt. It's really thin, it lays on the side of your chest. It can't be seen if you're wearing a baggy shirt. Your best bet is to carry a credit card or ATM card around and minimize the cash. Hiding money websites. AddedTouchStore.com, Money Belt. homespy.com/kin_safes.hdm. journeywoman.com/travel10one/12_ways_to_trick.html. lifehacker.com/software/money/hide-your-cache-in-a-hidden-pocket-1802339.php. ricksteves.com/services/acc menu, sells a money bag and other things. travelsmith.com, 800-950-1600. Brookstone Co. 1655 Bassford, Mexico, Missouri 65265. 800-926-7000. Brookstone.com. Travel Security Products. Complete Traveler Bookstore. 199 Madison Avenue, NYC 10016. 2L2/685-9007. CompleteTraveler.com. Tilly Endurables. 300 Lugner Road West, Seneca, New York 14224. 800-338-2797. Clothing with secret compartments to hide valuables. Chapter 6. A Malaria Guide. Malaria Info. Malaria is a common disease in hot climates like Africa, Asia, Central, and South America, caused by the bite of the Anopheles mosquito that introduces parasites into the bloodstream. In most civilized places, they spray pesticides to look mosquitoes and look around for stagnant pools of water where mosquitoes breed so they can get rid of these stagnant water sources. At high elevations like Lake Atitlan, it's cool enough to not have to worry about mosquitoes. If you're in a poor, hot area, particularly away from the cooling ocean breeze, you're at risk to get bitten by a mosquito and get malaria. Malaria causes a fever, headaches, and fatigues. If untreated, it will attack the red blood cells, then the liver, then it causes death. Even if treated, the disease could affect you for the rest of your life. It's much better to prevent malaria than to get it. PreventingMalaria.info. Preventive drugs are chloroquine, proguanil, paladrine, malarone, maloprim, and mefloquine, Lariam. Malaria is a serious infectious disease. There are 3 main types of malaria, depending upon the parasite which causes it. Vivax, Tyrian malaria. Falciparum, quarter fever. Malaria, tertian malaria. The most common symptom of all types of malaria is high fever, which may come every day, on alternate days or every 4th day. The fever is accompanied by chill, headache, shivering and pain in the limbs. The temperature comes down after some time with profuse sweating. One of the main effects of malaria is anemia. Other complications are kidney failure and dysentery. Malaria is caused by a tiny parasite called Plasmodium. The parasites grow in the liver of a person for a few days and then enter the bloodstream, where they invade the red blood cells. The disease is spread from a sick person to a healthy one by the female Anopheles mosquito. She draws a small quantity of blood containing the parasites when she bites a person who has malaria. These parasites then pass through several stages of development within the mosquito's body and finally find their way to its salivary glands. There they lie in wait for an opportunity to enter the bloodstream of the next person. There is no vaccine against it, but there are drugs that can prevent it or cure it, although none is totally effective. You start taking these pills a week before you arrive in a malarial area and continue taking them for 3 weeks after you leave. If untreated, it will attack the red blood cells, then the liver, then it causes death. Even if treated, the disease could affect you for the rest of your life. Preventive drugs are chloroquine and mefloquine. Use mosquito repellent with DEET, diethyltoluamide, in it. Use a mosquito net. Holistic malaria info. If your body is strong, it can fight off the parasite. If it is weak, the parasite will take hold and you will get malaria. Eat healthy foods. Don't eat processed foods. Eat fresh, juicy fruits like oranges, grapes, grapefruit, apple, pineapple, mango, and papaya. Avoid strong tea, coffee, refined and processed foods, fried foods, condiments, sauces, pickles, white sugar, white flour and all products made from them. Avoid meats, alcoholic drinks, and smoking. Use cold packs if you have a fever. A remedy is grapefruit. Boil some and drink it. Drink lime and lemon juice. Try cinnamon boiled in a glass of water with a pinch of pepper and honey. Alum is a remedy for malaria. The best way to protect against malaria is to adopt all measures necessary for preventing mosquito bites. Eradicate stretches of stagnant water where mosquitoes breed. Try the leaves of basil/tulsi to prevent malaria. The juice of tulsi leaves mixed with black pepper can be taken beneficially in the cold stage of the malarial fever. Malaria websites. CDC Malaria Hotline 404-332-4555. cdc.gov. actmalaria.org, the Asian Collaborative Training Network for Malaria. cdc.gov/nci./dpd/parasites/malaria/default.htm. cdc.gov/travel/content/malaria-drugs-public.aspx. cdc.gov/travel/diseases/malaria. fightingmalaria.org. gatesfoundation.org/global-health/infectious diseases. malaria.org. malaria.org.zw. malariapositive.net. malariazite.com. methodisthealth.com/infectious/malaria.htm. who.in/ctd/html/malaria.html